way you like it.
Thank you. You're a perfect hostess.
Well, if I ever need any references, I'll know who to ask. Now, what do you think of my new outfit?
It's very eye-catching, I'll say that for it.
Eye-catching, you silver-tongued devil. Is that all you've got to say about my new outfit?
Well, it's extraordinary. I'm sure it was very expensive. It looks nice on you.
But you don't like it.
I didn't say that. I'm not an awfully good judge of women's clothes.
Well, I certainly hope Luke is more appreciative, or I just may spend the entire evening in tears.
You're a very slippery customer, aren't you, Alex?
Me?
You'll do anything to change the subject. We talk about the weather, we talk about your outfit, we'll talk about tiger hunting in India. Anything to avoid answering my question.
Well, my darling, you really must forgive me. I must be getting incredibly scatterbrained. Now, what was it that you asked?
What you lost, how you lost it, and how Luke Spencer's going to help you get it back.
Oh, that. Well,
Yes, that.
I think you just must have misunderstood me, Alan.
No, I didn't misunderstand you at all. I heard you quite clearly say that you had lost something and that Luke was going to help you find it. You also mentioned somebody named Robert Scorpio. You might tell me about him at the same time.
Edward, come in, come in.
Hello, Alex. Alan.
You certainly know how to mistime your entrances, don't you?
Oh, does that mean I'm intruding?
Oh, of course you're not intruding. And isn't it nice that Alan's home for a change? It'll give us a chance to catch him up on the business.
Why, have there been some startling new developments?
Well, I'm not so sure that it's startling, but you may be interested to know that I've talked to Lee Baldwin about joining our team.
Our team?
Yes. I'd like him to take over some of the corporate work for ELQ International.
Why didn't you offer it to Zelda Bernstein?
Well, Alan, Zelda never handled our corporate interests, just my own personal legal affairs. And she has her hands full with that. But I'm sure Lee will do a fine job if we can just persuade him.
Well, you said you approached him. What did he say?
Well, he'd like to think it over. I'd like to cement the deal tonight. I've invited Lee and Gail to come over here and talk about it. They should be here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine you would like to sit in on the discussion?
I'd love to, but unfortunately I have to catch a plane to New York.
New York?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll echo that. New York. I mean, what's all this about New York, Alan? You haven't said a word about it.
Well, I just must have slipped my mind, Monica. Just shows you how distracted I've been. I have to go to a meeting for the Hardwick Foundation in New York.
Oh, I wasn't aware of any meeting.
Well, you wouldn't be, would you? I'm the one that's on the board, not you.
Well, yes, Alan, but, well, I keep in fairly close contact with Larry Forsythe. He just never said anything to me about a meeting.
Well, I guess it must have slipped his mind as well. What difference does it make?
Well, I think it's rather an imposition of him. I mean, asking you to fly to New York on such short notice.
Isn't really. I've known about it for a week, but as I said, it slipped my mind. Now, can we move on to another subject, or better yet, shall we move back to a previous subject, Alex?
No, we could talk about the cocktail desk. Oh, I imagine that's the Baldwins now.
yes.
Well, let's find out, shall we?
Absolutely.
I want to talk to Larry Forsythe, please. This is Alan Quartermain. Larry, it's Alan. I want you to cover for me, old boy. Will you do that? If anybody asks, I want you to verify that I went to New York tonight for an early morning meeting with the Hardwick Foundation tomorrow. Please. I'm obliged, and well, I'll explain it to you next time I see you, okay? Thanks so much, Larry. You're a prince. Bye. Now look at the Cheshire Cat.
And with very good reason.
What are you smiling at?
Secrets, my dear cousin. And as long as you keep mine, I'll keep yours.
Well, Lee, Gail, how nice to see you.
Alan.
Hello, Alan.
I realize that you have a good many accounts to service, Lee, but if you'd be willing to take on ELQ's corporate work, we'd all be very grateful. I know we could work well together.
Oh, Edward, I'm sure of that. Problem is the time to perform it.
Well, Lee, we'd certainly be willing to make it worth your while.
Look, I admit it is a most handsome offer, and I have been intrigued by it. But,
Well, then, Lee, why not say yes?
look, I have given it a lot of thought ever since you proposed it. And I think maybe I could tackle it.
Good. Good. That's the spirit.
I said I think, Edward. Now, that doesn't mean yes.
Oh, come on, Lee. It always pleases Edward when he gets his own way. He's just like a little boy.
Well, I've been spoiled all my life, and I expect it to continue.
Maybe if we all have another drink, it'll give Lee a little time to decide.
Good idea, and I shall question them. Same thing for you?
Oh, fine.
Well, I would like to stay with all of you, but unfortunately I have to catch a plane to New York.
Oh, do you have to rush off right now, Alan?
Yes, this was an unexpected trip. Well, actually, it was unexpected to all of us. Apparently, Alan has known about it for quite some while.
Yes, seems I forgot to mention it. Now I'm in hot water with everybody.
Excuse me. Hello?
Hello, Monica, is that you?
Yes.
Hi, this is Amy. Listen, I really did a dumb thing, and I hope you and Dr. Quartermain will forgive me, but it just slipped my mind, and I really apologize.
What are you talking about, Amy?
Well, I had some messages for you, and I forgot to give them to you before you checked out.
Well, then why don't you give them to me now?
Well, that's exactly what I was going to do. Let's see. Your decorator said that they're going to be here tomorrow to talk to you about decorating your new office, and they'd like you to be here so they can go over the samples and colors and things like that with you. They said about 10 o'clock.
That's fine.
And there was one for Alan from Susan Moore.
Oh? And what was that?
She said that he forgot to tell her what time they were going to have their meeting tonight, and would he please call her as soon as possible?
Well, yes, I'll see that he gets the message.
And please tell him how sorry I am.
Oh, yes, I will, Amy, and I'm sure there's no harm done. And I'll see you tomorrow at the hospital.
Yes, I am. Right now.
Bye. Well, Alan, it seems you got your signals crossed with Susan Moore.
What do you mean?
Well, that was Amy Vining on the phone. She was calling from the hospital. She had forgotten to give us some messages. One of them was from Susan Moore. She wanted to know what time your meeting was tonight. Were you supposed to meet her at the disco?
Oh, yes, I forgot. We did have an appointment, damn it.
Oh, well, was it important?
No, we were just going to go over the profit and loss statements on the disco.
Well, in that case, don't you think you should phone her, Alan?
Yes, I guess so.
I think that'd be a good idea.
Guess you will have some explaining to do.
Yes, probably will. Well, look, I'll use the phone on the floor. That way I won't disturb anybody. Lee, I hope you do decide to come along with us.
Well, I imagine I will. Have a good flight.
Thank you very much, Gail. It's very nice to see you.
Yes, it's nice to see you, Alan. Have a nice trip.
Thank you. We'll have dinner when we come back.
Oh, fine.
Well, that's a shame.
Well,
Well, listen, I'm going to freshen those drinks. I mean,
Hello, Susan.
Oh, hi. I was beginning to wonder.
Listen, I got your message from the hospital.
Oh, yeah, I called because you never did say what time you wanted me to meet you at that address.
I'm sorry. Lee and Gail dropped over unexpectedly, and I just got tied up.
Oh, well, would you rather make it another night?
Absolutely not. I'm leaving right now.
Well, in that case, so will I.
Okay. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. You seem to be making a habit of becoming an eavesdropper, dear cousin.
I think it must be a family trait, dear cousin. Actually, I just came out to wish you a very good trip to New York. Or a good trip to the moon on gossamer wings. Whichever it's going to be.
Here you are. Coffee black.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
It's good. It's hot.
You know, you really did think of everything. I have never seen such a well-stocked kitchen in my whole life.
I wanted to make sure that if you needed anything at all, it would be there.
It's there.
I'm going to spoil you rotten. You give me half a chance.
You can have the whole chance. I love the idea of it.
I mean it. There isn't anything in this life that you can't have anymore.
Alan, can I really have Mount Rushmore?
It's already on the way. Just took a little bit longer to be wrapped than I expected.
You. What have I done to deserve all this?
You never ask for anything.
You know, when I'm with you, I feel so protected, so secure.
You are. You're that, and you're worshipped, and adored, and liked a great deal.
glad we have the whole day to spend together. And I'm really glad that it's beginning of poor Charles' week. That way nobody's going to miss either one of us.
Super, isn't it? Not a soul's going to know. It's like being lost in the middle of the Mardi Gras.
Alan, are you sure Monica won't call New York and try to get in touch with you? Or your father or your cousin?
No, I've covered my tracks very well indeed. And Dad and Alex don't really much care what I'm doing. And without a doubt, the same can be carved in stone about Monica.
That's such a pity. I will never understand how she could help but love someone as wonderful as you are.
Well, thank you.
I mean it. I guess some women just don't know what they have or appreciate what they have.
Well, not all of them do, luckily.
No, not all of them. Are you hungry in the slightest bit?
I'm starving.
Okay.
I'm starving. Making love gives me such an appetite.
It's supposed to satisfy one.
I've always been backward.
Ah. Well, since you were forward enough to stock the refrigerator, I will make us breakfast.
Oh, nice. What are you going to make?
Uh-oh. Are you a finicky eater?
No, I just want to know what you've got in store for me.
Ah. Well, let's see. How about eggs, waffles, pancakes, bacon, sausage, orange juice, and a brioche?
Well, that'll be nice to start with. What are you going to eat? Don't think that I'm not satisfied with you, because I am.
If you let me go, we're never going to eat.
Do you promise to come back to me very quickly?
As fast as I can.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to like being away from you at all. Not even from here to the kitchen.
Why don't you just make coffee and toast, then that way you'll get back sooner? I'm just so happy. Save my place. I'll be right back. I just can't get over this house. You didn't realize last night the whole place is furnished so completely and beautifully. That's actually the way I leased it, and that's the way I intend to buy it. I just didn't know whether you were going to like everything and everything, you know.
I love it.
I'm glad. If you don't want something, throw it out. If you do want something, buy it. I mean
don't
it.
believe it. What a life. My very own candy store.
I want this place to be ours. I want it to be private. I want it just to belong to us.
Mm.
Okay. This looks wonderful.
Well, I'm not a bad cook, actually. A little out of practice at the moment. I've been living off of pizzas at the disco for so long.
No more of that.
Oh, really? It's going to be nice to have somebody to cook for, though. It's not much fun cooking for yourself.
I'll come to dinner as often as I can. You can practice all your exotic recipes and anything else you want on me.
Sounds like fun.
That's what I want this all to be. It's fun. Very solemn. Very serious fun. Because I'm not kidding around.
I'm not either. Can we talk seriously for a minute?
For a minute.
We are making a commitment to each other, aren't we?
Oh, yes.
Well, I want to say something about that. I realize that you're a Quartermain, and I understand what that involves. I also am aware that your marriage to Monica is, well, it's a cornerstone of your life.
Only because we share a child.
For whatever reason, I respect it, Alan. And I want you to know that I am never, ever going to ask you for more than you want to give me. As far as time goes, you be with me when you can. And I want that time to be special for you and gratifying and wonderful and fun. And I don't ever want it to turn into an obligation or a chore for you. I'll just be here for you.
It's like a miracle. You know that? You're everything that any man could ever want. You're all things, all woman.
I'm still so in awe of everything.
So am I.